So I thought about starting this video with a male stripping routine. Unfortunately, it would look less like this and more like this. Magic Mike XXL takes place exactly 3 years after the events of the first film. And in this film, the Kings of Tampa are getting together for one last hurrah. They're getting out of the stripping business. So they go on a road trip to go to this ultimate stripper convention and just go out with a bang. For those of you that have not seen the original Magic Mike, which I'm sure is the majority of heterosexual males watching this video, let me tell you something about the first film. It's really not that bad, and I actually quite enjoyed it, and here's one of the reasons why. It takes a more serious tone, the first film does. There's not that much male stripping going on. It's more of the problems that these people face behind the scenes and the love interest that Channing Tatum has. This movie, however, has a completely different tone with a completely different director. And what they went for in this movie is more of a road trip comedy, and there is a lot more male stripping in this film. Did I find it uncomfortable at times? Here and there I did, but to be honest, those are the funniest parts of the whole film, was most of the parts that showed them dancing or doing things that are absolutely ridiculous. And it's not so much the dance moves that got to me. I mean, it was making all the women in this screening swoon for sure, but the scenarios that they were placed in while they were doing the dance routines, or the things that they added into them or incorporated into them, which I found a lot of humor in, and the movie's actually pretty funny. Another thing about this group, it focuses a lot more on the side characters like Joe Manganiello and Kevin Nash, and those guys were basically background characters in the first film, and it takes a lot more focus on them in this film, and you kind of get to see a character development and the relationships that these guys all have. And you could tell that these guys are having a blast making this film. You can see the fun come through the screen. There are a few bits that feel like it's dragged on. The movie does feel a bit too long. Donald Glover's character I felt was completely unnecessary. I didn't know why he was really in this film. I thought Jada Pinkett Smith was fucking awesome in this. Andy McDowell was a bit of a cartoon character, however. So it's kind of hit and miss with the characters. The soundtrack in this movie is awesome. It takes me back to my high school years with artists like Jodeci, Genuine, and 112 in there. I thought it was fantastic, and it really brought me down memory lane. Channing Tatum was very good in this film, just as good as he was in the first Magic Mike. Everybody else, they're okay. They're not terrible, but they're not exactly going to blow you away. But overall, it's a pretty enjoyable experience, except for a few clunks in the road. It moves along pretty smoothly, and I thought it was funny, and I would be sitting here lying to you if I said that I didn't enjoy the film, because I did. And just because it's about male strippers doesn't mean that straight guys can't find some enjoyment out of this film, because it is funny. So for me, I'm going to give Magic Mike XXL, I can't believe I'm doing this, an 8. I thought it was a good film. I think it's worth checking out. Females, you're going to love the shit out of this. But guys, if you're dragged to the theater to see this, I don't think you're going to kill yourself, because it's funny. And there are hot chicks in it too, which, you know, drags your attention over that way as well. But it's a good movie, so check it out. What'd you guys think? Let me know below. Please like this video. Please subscribe at the end. As always, thanks for watching.